Hey guys, my name is Sicsen, welcome to my newest video. So now that I've come out as transgender to pretty much everyone, and I'm beginning to live my life as a male rather than a female, there's some things that I have to consider to medically transition. And I know that a lot of people who watch my videos probably don't know the steps that I have to take. I just figured that I could, share some knowledge so that maybe you can understand me better, and maybe you're just curious. Like, I know a lot of people who are just curious about, the whole transgender process, and I knew I was like that a while ago when I didn't know anything about transitioning and stuff like that, and it took a lot of research online and YouTube videos to help me understand. So I just figured that I could share my experience in this way and maybe enlighten some of you. So today I'm going to be talking about testosterone, and I'm actually going to be talking about why I'm nervous to start testosterone, because there are a few things that I don't want to happen and that are commonly caused by testosterone. But just keep in mind that by me sharing this list, I'm not saying that like going on testosterone is bad. These are just a few cons compared to a lot of pros. Doing something like this is exciting for me, but of course, like everything, I am nervous about some things, and I just wanted to talk about that because a lot of people really only focus on the good things that come with testosterone, such as, your voice lowering, fat redistribution, basically looking more manly, being able to gain muscle. All that stuff is a bunch of good stuff that happens when you go on T, but very few people tend to address the more negative things that happen or could happen when you go on testosterone. So I'm just going to touch upon my own personal fears when it comes to that, and I mean, they're not enough to stop me because I actually have an appointment tomorrow to start testosterone. Actually, I think it's just a consultation. I don't know when I'm going to start getting, injections and everything, but so obviously these things haven't stopped me from wanting to do this, but they are things that I considered, and it's why it took me so long to actually make the decision, because for a long time I didn't want to go on T, and these were a lot of the reasons why. But then I realized after, a lot of time just thinking about things, the pros outweigh the cons in the situation for me personally. So without further disclaimers, let me get started. So the first thing that I am worried about when it comes to taking testosterone, and I have said this multiple times in multiple videos, is acne. You might not be able to tell, but I have struggled with acne ever since puberty for almost 7 years, I'd say. I used to wear makeup every single day. I used to put on a whole face of concealer just so that I would feel comfortable going out into the world with my acne, and I tried a lot of different things to keep it under control, and thankfully as I got older it subsided a little bit because I guess I wasn't going through the effects of puberty so much anymore. And also birth control did help me for a while, but it's important to remember that birth control only helps acne for like 6 months, and after you're on birth control for 6 months the improvement kind of just stops. It doesn't get worse, but the improvement stops. So I had been on birth control for a good couple years, and I was still seeing a lot of breakouts. Like, I knew that going on testosterone would definitely make my skin oilier and would most likely result in me breaking out more and getting more acne. So for a long time, acne was literally my biggest insecurity, and it still is a huge insecurity of mine. I have been using some acne medication. I went to the dermatologist and all that stuff. I'm trying to get all this under control before I start T. I think that it's looking pretty good. I mean, I have a couple breakouts here and there, but I don't wear makeup anymore. I don't even use a tiny bit of concealer anymore like I used to. Like, if you look back on my old videos, you might be able to tell that I was wearing makeup in all of them, even though I wouldn't want to. Like, making a video would be such an event because I'd have to get ready and put on all this makeup just so that I looked like, a normal person without acne. And just like all those years of me struggling with that has made me really afraid that testosterone is going to give me horrible acne, because I have seen that effect on some people, like some people who have publicly shared their stories on YouTube YouTube of going on testosterone. They've showed pictures and stuff of how their acne got, and it's just like way worse than I ever had it. And I really hope that it won't affect me like that, because I see pictures of them before they started testosterone and they had skin, you know, similar to mine. So I'm really hoping that it's not going to be that big of a problem. And thankfully, if it is a problem, it will only last for, you know, maybe like 6 months to a year. I'm not really sure, but it is a temporary problem, and that's the only thing really keeping me going at this point. That and the fact that I have been using some like facial cleansers and stuff like that to keep my skin under control. So the next thing that I'm kind of concerned about, it's not really I'm scared, but I'm just a little about it, is excess body hair. I mean, it's obvious that you're gonna get facial hair and more body hair when you go on testosterone, and that I don't have a problem with. Like, I mean, I'm already like super hairy as it is. I'm just a hairy person without testosterone. So I know that when I go on testosterone, I am most likely gonna be a bear. I literally already have facial hair without even having to do anything. Like, and I don't really have a problem with that. I don't know if I'd grow out my beard. I don't know if it would look good on me. So I'm probably not gonna grow out a beard unless it ends up looking good on me. I don't know. But one thing that I don't really want is a lot of like back hair, stomach hair. I mean, I don't really care about chest hair, but I just don't want to be like totally freaking covered in hair. I mean, just knowing me and my genetics and the fact that I'm already super hairy, it's possible that I will end up like that. And I mean, if it does happen, it is what it is. I don't care, it's just hair, but I would prefer that I have not so much body hair, you know, like on my back and stuff, because I don't know, I feel like I would be kind of just uncomfortable with that, like itchy. I don't know, that's just my opinion. The third thing that I'm scared about when it comes to starting testosterone is mood swings. So because you're injecting yourself with this hormone, you basically go through a second puberty, and when it comes to going through puberty, we all know that hormones cause mood swings. I've heard that a common side effect of testosterone is mood swings. I'm worried about that because I have already dealt with mood swings because of my own, you know, personality stuff, and I've been on like medication for it just to like keep my moods just a little bit more stable, because usually they're just like this. And I'm really hoping that going on testosterone will not cause those mood swings to come back or get worse. And mostly I'm worried about that because of the people around me, like my friends, my girlfriend, my family. I don't want to turn into a monster, basically. And because I know that, you know, before starting medication, I was kind of mean when my mood swings were all out of whack, and I don't want to go back to that. So I just hope that if that does happen, I hope it's temporary, and I hope it's not too extreme. Another kind of small thing that I'm worried about is my hairline. So some trans guys have experienced their hairline changing while on testosterone, and I think that if it changes to look like a more masculine hairline, that's okay, because I mean, usually masculine people have like a less hair here and more angular hairline, and that's fine with me. I don't care about that. But I've also seen trans people complaining that testosterone is causing them to like lose their hair and for them to have like a receding hairline, and that is definitely something that I don't want. I don't think any guy wants that. I don't think anyone wants that ever. And I have really thick hair as it is, but my dad has suffered from some, you know, male pattern baldness. He still has hair, but he does have a receding hairline, and he doesn't have hair as thick as mine because he is not Mexican. Like I feel like the Mexican part of me is why I'm so hairy and why I have such thick hair. So I don't know how that would affect me. I don't know if I would lose hair. I'm sure I would a little bit, but I really don't want to, like, you know, have a whole bald spot on my head. That would kind of suck. But honestly, I'm not really too worried about that. I don't think that it'll be extreme if it does happen, unless, you know, I get older. And I feel like if you get older, you're bound to have some kind of hair loss. So I just don't want it to happen while I'm still young, basically. And the last thing is kind of ridiculous. It's just something that I don't even know if it happens. but I'm scared of having body odor, or at least a different smell. I don't know. I've heard some trans guys talk about how they smell different after going on testosterone, and they sweat a lot more, so they obviously need to, like, you know, put on more deodorant and stuff, and I can do that. But I was thinking, like, you know, if I start smelling different, like, what if my cat doesn't love me anymore? What if she's like, who the heck are you? That would suck. I love Farley so much. I could never imagine her noticing all these changes and being like, you're not the same person anymore. I don't like you anymore. That would suck. And I literally don't know if that's gonna happen or not. I don't know if she would react like that or not. Probably not, but that's just like me being irrational. I guess that's the least of my fears. It's just a little thing that I, you know, thought about and stuff. And I just don't want to stink as well. Like, nobody wants to stink. I'm gonna try my best to keep myself, you know, fresh once I'm on testosterone and stuff. You know, continue to apply deodorant. If I stink, if you are with me in person and I stink, then please tell me so that I don't go around smelling like a freaking dumpster. Anyway, that's really all that I'm worried about when it comes to starting testosterone. Like I said, the pros definitely outweigh the cons, but I just wanted to talk about the cons because I feel like a lot of people don't really talk about them. I'm really excited to start, regardless of what I just talked about in this video, and I am going to be doing, you know, like monthly updates on the changes that are happening with me. But yeah, it's an exciting part of my life, and I'm excited to share it with you guys. So if you have any questions, as always, leave a comment down below and I will answer it, because I answer all questions, I answer all comments as best as I can. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.